chairman organizer.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, your executives. Okay, well done. I think from this day forward, we can always relax and hope and know that the Irish chapter is in safe hands. So well done, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much. I think they're going to line up for the photograph. We wanted to have it together. The photograph, yes.
Because of your dress. It doesn't matter. If you don't mind. Kafra.
Yeah, thank you.
You can't count me out.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to introduce the chairman, Mr. Akol Prembe, to take the last one out. Mr. Chairman, special invited guests, delegates from the United Kingdom, Germany, Holland and Norway, Vice President of FIDA, representatives of Ghanaian associations in the Republic of Ireland, National Democratic Congress representatives in the Republic of Ireland, well wishers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on my own behalf and on behalf of the executives and members of the New Patriotic Party, Republic of Ireland, I proudly welcome you all to this historic inaugural ceremony. Mr. Chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I honestly feel humbled before you on this occasion, ever conscious of the trust and confidence members in the Republic of Ireland and you have reposed in us, and also verily aware of the enormous weight and challenges that goes with our collective responsibility. Barely a year and a half ago, when 16 of us met at my humble abode, 15 Shellering Road, Clonsilla, soon after our painful defeat in the polls, little did we emphasize that what started as a simple gathering of politically like-minded individuals will someday mushroom into what we are witnessing here today. Naturally, the beginning of every very little thing comes with its own thorns. There have been moments when the hurdles confronting us were so daunting that we sometimes doubted whether we could make any meaningful progress. But in all those trying and changing times, we were never despaired. We unwaveringly remained focused, determined to leave our footprints in the sand of history. Most importantly, Mr. Chairman, we were buoyed by my foremost role model, the great soul, Mahatma Gandhi, who famously said, and I quote, "A small body of determined spirits, fired by an unquenchable faith in the ambition, can alter the course of history," unquote. Ladies and gentlemen, what inner health and comfort could one ever derive? Or what divine call could appeal to one's better instincts than to hear a higher voice to serve one's motherland? Even in a small capacity like ours, here in this republic. Mr. Chairman, permit me to say Republic of Ireland is comparatively a small country. But today, and with God as our unseen witness, we solemnly declare our preparedness to contribute our bit in Ghana's search for true democracy. After all, the good book says, the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve and to give his life as ransom for many. Yes, we will endeavor at all times to put at the disposal of the National Party our collective minds, souls, and body towards our ultimate goal, victory in 2012. And if we ever wobble in pursuit of this goal, your sheer presence has now given us the courage and the strength to carry on. It is on this note that we humbly accept to contribute the work we've already started through to the next 4 years, to the General Assembly and to our honorable guests. We seize this opportunity to reiterate our commitment to faithfully serve our great party and also to lead by example. Having learned our lessons the hard way, and with God on our side, we are more than confident that come 2012, our party shall emerge victorious. Though we thinly lost, we should not lose the lesson. Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, broaching on the subject of victory in 2012 recalls into sharp focus our individual and collective responsibilities towards our dear party. For we cannot talk about victory when, as faithfuls, leaders, or custodians of power, we fail to give account of our stewardship at regular intervals. But in my case, I can hardly talk about any achievement. I'd rather you be my judges. I can only remember my pain, fears, frustrations, but again, my pride and joy in serving this great party. True service to one's nation requires self-denial, respect for ourselves, respect for others, and responsibility for all our actions. For respect for ourselves guides our morals, and respect for others guides our manners. By serving our country out of love, we bring smiles and succor to the lives of countless number of our own countrymen who suffer from perpetual economic neglect and abject poverty owing to bad governance. In the words of James Matthew Barry, I quote, "Those who bring sunshine to the life of others cannot keep it from themselves." As political entities in our own right, we have the capacity to effect hope and prosperity the hallmark of former President Kufuor's administration. We can only achieve this if we bridge our differences and work as a team, because a divided house cannot stand. Perseverance and unity must be our guiding principle if we ever hope to restore our lost glory while we still reel from the 2008 defeat. We should remember that not getting what we want is sometimes a wonderful stroke of luck. We should therefore judge our successes by what we had to give up in order to get it. Today, the difference is very clear. The NDC cannot simply deliver what they promised the good people of Ghana. They have systematically failed to build on the strong political and economic legacies the previous administration bequeathed. The gross and obvious incompetence of the NDC government makes the return of our great party even more crucial. But who said suicide in 2012 will come easy? Our political opponents and distractors will attempt at all costs to deprive Ghanaians of their inalienable rights, development and freedom. Nevertheless, we shall prevail. To borrow these words from Wendell Holmes, and I quote, "To reach a port, we must sail sometimes with the wind and sometimes against it. But we must not drift or live in anchor." John Ivan concludes, if you are lucky enough to find the way of life you love, you have the courage to live it. Yes, we dearly love our country, and we will always find the courage to shout from the mountaintop our only creed, freedom and prosperity for all. My dear countrymen, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, my speech will not have served its purpose if I fail to touch on the main theme for this occasion: political tolerance, its relevance to Ghana's infant democracy. The choice of this topic would not have been more appropriate for our generation. In most parts of Africa, wars and ethnic strife have caused incalculable and wanton destruction to life and property. In most parts of their post-independent existence, a good number of African countries such as Sudan, Somalia, Rwanda, you name them, have experienced war or tribal tension in one form or the other. Experts have identified political and to some degree religious differences are some of the main causes. Intolerance of any kind breeds friction, fear, and insecurity, which most often foments war and all the ugliness that develops as a direct consequence. The first rule of tolerance, among others, that speak the truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others, even the dumb and the ignorant, for they too have their own story. Our experiment with multi-party democracy as a nation should not tear us apart. We are one people with a common destiny. We are all nourished by food grown from the same soil. Quench our thirst from the same waters of the same river. And finally, when we die, we should be laid to rest in the same earth. We should disagree to agree in a manner that will foster understanding, peace, and development. I appreciate this subject is a sensitive one, and there is no clear-cut way forward, especially when it borders on idiosyncrasies. May I therefore share with you a new light that has recently dawned on me. Over the past few months, I have been greatly influenced by Mahatma Gandhi's Satyagraha or Truth Force. Gandhi stood for peace, tolerance, and reconciliation.